It's graduation season, and there are words of wisdom being passed down and stories of achievement being told all across the country right now. But this morning, our national correspondent Jamie Gangel has a look at a very special young man who graduated this weekend and has quite an amazing story to tell.
He does.
Just as a little preview, I am so proud of him.
He is really remarkable. We first met Ryan Martin 13 years ago, and we were impressed with him then. But Monday, he graduated from Yale Medical School, marking a first for the school.
At first glance, 28-year-old Ryan Martin may look like any other medical student at Yale. He spent the past 4 years preparing to become an OB/GYN, specializing in infertility.
This is her blood loss from yesterday. Okay.
But when Ryan does rounds, people do look twice.
How did that come about? Did you have any symptoms?
When you meet patients, how do they react?
Well, a lot of times they think I'm another patient going into their room. So they sort of do a double take, but the stethoscope and the white coat, that usually points them in the right direction.
Ryan is paralyzed from the waist down and is the first wheelchair-bound student to ever graduate from Yale Medical School.
You had a funny experience, your psych rotation.
Yes, I did.
Tell me the story.
I had a patient who was a schizophrenic, and I go get him, and we're walking back to the room. I say to him, "So how are you doing today?" And he looks at me, looks at the chair, and goes, "Obviously a lot better than you." And so I thought that was pretty funny.
Typical Ryan Martin, self-deprecating and charming, but also competitive. He's been proving himself his whole life. Growing up in Washington, D.C., Ryan was a remarkable athlete, a soccer star. Then, at the age of 12, an innocent bystander, he was shot by the estranged boyfriend of his family's housekeeper.
I didn't see him approach me, but he came, put the gun on me, on my back, shot twice, and then got into his car and took off. And so I heard 2 shots and sort of felt flush and then fell to the ground.
And then you heard the ambulance.
One of the most vivid memories I have is hearing the siren and thinking to myself, I've heard this a million times. I've heard that sound so often. And then now it just sounds incredibly different when you know it's coming for you.
After months of rehabilitation, Ryan moved right on. He went back to school and back to the sports he loved and could still play, tennis and basketball. There was no stopping him. Within a few years, Ryan was a national wheelchair tennis champion, competing everywhere from the Paralympics to the White House. Then during college, Ryan decided he wanted to be a doctor. At first, he was rejected, but the head of Yale Medical School had worked with Ryan's mother, Sharon, at the FDA. He made Ryan a deal: do research and take classes at Yale for a year, and if he could keep up, he could apply. Ryan aced his classes.
All we did was give Ryan a chance to prove to himself that he could do it. I never had any doubts.
Thanks.
There were challenges along the way. When Ryan needed a stand-up chair to complete his surgical rotation, Yale bought it for him. His dean says the wheelchair often gives Ryan an advantage with patients.
His personality is very warm, and he, having been a patient for so much of his life and having gone through so much, that he was able to empathize immediately and put people at ease. So that's a very special gift he has.
I can empathize with their situation, with the feeling of uncertainty and, unstable health and just not knowing what's going to happen. I mean, in terms of bonding with patients, I think it's invaluable.
What's been the biggest challenge?
Probably the same challenge I've had my entire life, is just dealing with my own expectations.
You are driven to prove yourself.
To myself,
Whether it's basketball or tennis or scuba diving.
People are impressed when I can just speak to them, okay? People have very low expectations when they meet me, okay? For me, it takes a lot more to impress myself.
Ryan impressed everyone so much that when it came time for his residency match, he got his first choice.
Oh, here we go. I'm at Yale.
He does obviously face physical challenges, but through the wonders of modern technology, I think he's more than met them, and we've got a guy that's full of energy and enthusiasm and loves the field and is smart, and that's what you want.
Ryan credits his mother, who he says opened doors for him and then pushed him through.
She did push me to try everything, and I did, and I found the things that I liked, and I went with it, and that allowed me to grow up in the most normal way possible.
We were a team. We've been a team ever since he was hurt, and I just think that he is the most amazing human being.
Another proud moment, graduation yesterday, when his family and friends watched him get his diploma.
Dr. J. Ryan Martin.
What I like about it is that it was a lofty goal for myself. And then I tried it and actually did it.
I have to admit, I can't get over the fact he's all grown up. We did the story on Ryan when he was just 15. He was so impressive then. You know, it's amazing now. He also won 2 awards. He won one for outstanding achievement in the field of obstetrics and gynecology, and another given to the graduate who displays courage, perseverance, compassion, and has dared to reach for the best in her or himself. And he certainly has done that,
right?
yes. And now on to his residency.
He's an amazing young man, and by the way, he has an amazing mother as well.
Sharon is fabulous.
All right, Jamie, thanks so much.
Sure.